on the internet. Hi, Orca. Could you, just for one video, not, I know that I could film in the photo booth, but the sun is out and and your butt, and could you move? Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Every Closet. My name is Stephanie, and along with my partner Ethan, we run a reselling business on Poshmark Canada, Poshmark US, and on eBay.com. So if you are a reseller or if you like reseller content, hit subscribe below. Today's video is going to be kind of tongue-in-cheek, but that's who I am, let's be honest. It's going to be 10 things you're never going to learn from me on this YouTube channel. We're gonna learn a lot of stuff together. You're gonna watch me succeed, you're gonna watch me fail. You're gonna watch that one a lot. You're gonna watch me learn. I'm gonna share everything I know with you. But these are the 10 things that you're probably never gonna learn from me. And some of them you don't even really need to know yourself. So let's jump into it. The first thing you're never going to learn from me on this channel is the proper pronunciation of brand names. I will go over a lot of brand names in the future. We're gonna buy them, we're gonna source them, we're gonna make bolo lists. It's gonna be fun, but I will Google precisely 0 of these brand names in terms of their proper pronunciation. I don't care. I'm so sorry. And you shouldn't either, unless you shop at an auction where they call out the names and you need to be able to hear them. But that is not how we source. That's not how most of you source. You need to be able to recognize the tag, you need to be able to read it, you need to have a brand awareness about how much it's selling for, what it might retail for, but you don't even know how to pronounce it, and that goes for a lot of regular words too, that I'm also I know that that's like efficiency to a ridiculous degree, but that is pretty much how I operate. So it's inefficient and I'm not gonna Google it, and you probably shouldn't either. Number 2 thing you're never gonna learn from me on this channel is how to find and stick to a reselling niche. Now, having a niche in your business, in whatever business you're in, is very good advice. And sticking to it is a great way to separate yourself from other businesses. It's a great way to have people, specific shoppers who are shopping for specific things, coming to you first. But it is advice that is good that I'm never going to follow. I just can't. I don't want to. Hence the Every Closet. So if you're thinking you want to niche down to just shoes or just luxury or just bins items or just Nike, I cannot help you with that. Mainly because I'm a little attention deficient, and it gets, he's laughing at me because it's true though. My attention gets pulled in lots of different ways. I don't like limiting myself, and it's like I've said before, all the reselling business models work. So niching down works, and it works great. I'm not gonna do it, and so I'm not gonna be able to tell you guys how to do it. Number 3 thing that you're never gonna learn from me on this channel, and I don't mean to overgeneralize, but I don't think you're gonna learn this on anyone's channel, is whether or not you should pick up the item that you are considering right now sourcing, be it at the thrift store or wherever you source. I cannot tell you whether or not you should pick up that item because I don't know how it performs in your closet. I don't know what kind of cost of goods model you're operating with. I don't know anything about your business other than like, hey Stephanie, should I pick this up? And so, like, I'm not saying I can't give general advice, but I would say that goes for any very specific thing in your business. Like, what should I price this item at? Specific business decisions that are best made by you with maybe the help of Google or checking comps or other things like that. No matter how experienced a reseller is, I don't think there's anyone who can really tell you that. It's like those pass or stash games on Instagram. No matter what you post to those pass or stash games on Instagram, I've realized over half the people, most of the time, are going to tell you to pass. I think it's because different people pick up different things. Like, sometimes if people don't know a brand, then they'll just hit pass, which is what I would do. You don't want to tell someone to buy something that they shouldn't be, right? Like, you'd rather err on the side of pass. But one time, I was doing bolo research, and I accidentally thought I was posting Pass or Stash from a trip to Value Village that I'd done that day, but it turned out I was just posting tags of the bolos that I had researched, and most people still said pass to like very high ticket items. So that's like an example of why I'm saying this. Like, if you message me, if you're like, should I get this? I'll give you my best bet, but it's not always going to be what's right for your business. And so what I do want to try and teach you is the skills and the methods for figuring that out for yourself, because that's what gets your business going. The fourth thing that you're never going to learn from me on this channel, because it doesn't exist, is a cross-border shipper in Saskatchewan. And I'm so sorry. I know I said I'd find one. I had such bravado about being like, yeah, I could find one. But the more shipping companies that we talked to in Saskatchewan, the more they were like, no, and you're not gonna find one because our US border's just not very active, which made me so sad. And I feel a little defeated there, but like I said in the beginning, you're gonna see us fail a lot, and this is one of those times. I will say that we recently connected with a posher who's located on Vancouver Island, where there also aren't any cross-border shippers, and they ship their packages, their US packages, from themselves to DYK Post in Richmond, BC, just like a short ship away. And then DYK Post doesn't charge them anything for receiving them at the facility, and they still charge just the $1 per package to take them over the border. So if you are like chomping at the bit, you really want a US closet, that is one way you can do it if you can't find a cross-border shipper in your area. But of course, depending on how far you're going to have to ship that may or may not be fiscally advantageous. But yes, sadly, there are no cross-border shippers in Saskatchewan. I'm going to be checking the Maritimes and stuff next, but yeah, hopefully there's more than we currently know about, but I'll be sad if I couldn't add even to the list at all. Number 5 thing that you're never going to learn from me on this channel is how to conduct a small business while refraining from swear words or slang or other slightly unprofessional things, because I am wired in a very specific way to be way too freaking honest about everything. And so that in this case means I'm sorry, I swear a lot, and it also means I cannot be bothered to hide it from anyone. So if you do not like swearing, you might not like this channel. That is okay. That is gonna be a given for some people. But yes, you're never gonna learn from me how to stop doing that, because I don't know and I'm not going to try. The number 6 thing that you're never gonna learn from me on this channel is what sells in your Poshmark closet or on your eBay store and for how much. We can sell Reese dresses for over $75. 4 or 5 times we've done that now. Does that mean you can sell a Reese dress for $75? I don't know. I'm just going to be telling you our experiences, and you can definitely take that as part of your continuing education, but it will not always directly apply to your closets, right? And the only way you know what's going to sell in your closet is to try it. And I know I've said before on Instagram, that just because something sells once in your closet doesn't mean it's going to sell again. And then you're kind of stuck with like, well, then how do I know whether or not to pick something up? Basically, what I'm saying with all these things is it's going to take some time to develop your reselling instincts, and that's just unavoidable. There's no amount of YouTube videos you can watch. There's no amount of research. There's no amount of time skipping things methods that I've ever found that can skip over the fact that you're gonna need time to develop those things. And I tried to hack my way through it. I tried to work ridiculous hours, and I tried to make it go real quick, and I learned as much as I could, as quick as I could, but it still took time, and I'm still learning. Like, I know that I make YouTube videos and stuff, but I still feel very new at this, and so a year or two into your reselling journey, I'm sure you'll be saying the same thing. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Fashion changes all the time. Who even knows? So yes, I cannot teach you what sells well in your store. I can tell you about what sells well in ours. The seventh thing you're never gonna learn from me, or probably Ethan, but maybe Ethan, but definitely not from me on this channel, is anything to do with sewing, repairs, crafting, upscaling things, anything that involves artsiness or a steady hand. It's just not my thing. There are so many great channels where you can go find out that stuff. There's so many DIY channels on YouTube, and there's so many poshers on Instagram and YouTube teaching people that stuff. I suck at it. Currently, if I find something at the thrift store that's like an amazing piece, say it's like Gucci or something, but it has a flaw that could easily be repaired, either I'm gonna sell it with the flaw, or that item's not for me, it's for someone else, because I cannot repair it. I've never been very skilled at that. My entire wardrobe is cotton and spandex. I don't know how to deal with cashmere. I don't know how to deal with wool. I'm slowly learning, but certainly not enough to teach anyone else anytime soon. And yeah, it's really not my thing. Ethan does our repairs and some of the like cleaning and things like that, because he grew up in a house where his mom knew how to do that stuff, so he kind of knows how to do some of that stuff. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. I am completely ignorant in this area. I am willing to learn, but I'm definitely not willing to teach. The number 8 thing you're not going to learn from me on this channel is sales tactics, or how to convince someone to buy something from you. I have my copy paste things I send to every liker. I have systems, and I kind of operate on the philosophy that if someone wanted to buy something from me, they would put in an offer. They would make some effort to buy it. Like if someone wants to buy something, they're going to try and buy it. And I also really hate having extra stuff in my house. So I feel like weirdly guilty about selling people things, especially if they think they paid too much for it. If I think like that I wouldn't want that thing, I like feel weirdly guilty about it. So like, I would say I err on the side of talking people out of sales if they tend to ask. So I just try and keep my big mouth shut and let people buy the stuff they want to buy. And that's sort of the thing we do. I've read a few books on negotiation. It's not my thing. I don't like it. I don't like sales. I don't know how I landed in here with sales, but I guess it's because I like thrifting, I like clothes, and I like working for myself. So those are the things I like. But yeah, sales and I are not friends. I'm really more likely to talk someone out of buying something, which is just ridiculous. The 9th thing you're never going to learn from me on this channel, and you're never going to learn this on anyone else's channel either, is a BOLO list that can stand the test of time. There is no such thing as learning the brands you should be on the lookout for, which is BOLO, be on the lookout, once, and then never having to learn it again. That is not a thing. BOLOs change all the time. The more people talk about them, and I'm sorry I contribute to this, but I'm going to. And I'm going to keep doing it because I like doing it, and I know a ton of you guys like it when I do it. So I'm going to keep doing it, but the more people know about a BOLO, the more saturated it gets on the apps that we sell on Poshmark, eBay. That's just the way of it. So like the longer ago that you're consuming a BOLO list, a BOLO video, anything like that, the less relevant it is to right here, right now. And again, like there are also other things, like some things that be on the lookout for, but not for more than this dollar amount, or, you know, there's all sorts of caveats to BOLOs. We're going to be putting out a lot of BOLO content in the future, but we will never be able to put out something that stands the test of time because, oh, there's lightning. Ethan, there's lightning. He doesn't care. He grew up in Texas, so there was a lot of lightning. Oh, or he can't hear me. So the BOLOs that we post are relevant for now. They're not for 6 months later. They're not for 12 months later. They're certainly not from over a year out. I mean, certain ones stand the test of time. I mean, Louis Vuitton's always a BOLO if you find it. Same with certain other things like Chanel, you know, that tier of stuff, you always want to find that. But other than those few exceptions, bulls come and go. The fashion industry changes a lot, and markets change a lot. The resale market changes a lot, and I will try to keep putting out new content so that we can all stay on top of it. But remember to do your own research as well. And Ethan, could you link up the research methods video? Because I think that one stands the test of time in terms of how you can go about finding stuff that you want to pick up to sell in your store. So the 10th thing you're never going to learn from this channel, because I'm never going to pick one, is like definitive advice on which type of reselling business model you should go with. Should you go with volume sales and fast flips for lower dollars amount? Or should you save your time listing and spend more time sourcing and only flip things that will have $50 profit in them? I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going to decide. I've gone back and forth all year. We've done this for a year and a bit now. I've been going back and forth all year. I'm like, no, yeah, we can pump out listings pretty quickly. I'm going to do volume. I can get that done. There's two of us, we can do this. And I'm like, no, I'm tired. I just want to do the other ones, the bigger flip ones. Whenever we have a success with the bigger flip ones, like whenever we make $150 profit on one item, I'm like, yes, this is the way. This is genius. But whenever we pay up for something and it's still sitting here, I feel terrible about that business model and I want to go back to spending $4 per item. So I cannot tell you. There are a lot of people who are in one camp or the other, like say Daily Refinement, he's definitely in the volume camp, and then like Bonky Best, definitely in the higher profit flip camp. I am going to waffle for probably ever, which is another reason we're called the Every Closet. And so I don't think it's a bad thing to decide and stick to one. I think that's probably the best choice for your business, honestly. But while we have the resources we have and the time that we have and the ability to source where we source in Vancouver, we won't be doing both. But yes, there are good and bad things about either business model, and anyone telling you that you must do one or the other, like you have to do volume, you have to keep your cost of goods low, or you have to make a minimum of this dollar amount per flip, I think they're overgeneralizing. I think both methods work, and that's the important part, and we'll be showing you a bit of both, and just, as per usual, try it and see which one works best for you, and based off that knowledge, go from there. Yeah, so both are good models, both have their merits, and I will continue to use both of them until I either run us into the ground or until it just keeps working forever. So that was the 10 things you're never going to learn on this channel. I hope it was something. And I'm going to go watch the lightning now because it's very pretty. And so we will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for being here. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe because it helps us so much. And we just appreciate the heck out of you. So drop me a comment and I will give you my endless gratitude forever. Sounds good.